back in high school, I was ass, right? I didn't win a single battle. I was trying to get booked for shows, nobody was booking me. Do you want to do this or do you just like the idea of it? Had the speakers and started freestyling. So it was like I had to make my own way.
What does the next chapter for Sonny Ski look like?
This is the first time I'm kind of talking about it.
There we go.
Bro, it's been in the works for a minute.
Man, this is in the works since like what? May? June?
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh yeah.
We've been ready to talk for a minute. So I ask every guest to give me like your brief origin story, sort of just how you got into this game.
Okay. Yeah, so I got into it by battling. So at my old high school, we used to battle in the commons or outside the school. We're at the Burger King that was right by. So I basically started taking it serious. I got my ass whooped so bad. Okay. Where it's like, nah, I had to write some shit. So I was on the rapid on the bus ride home, just like, nah, I'm gonna get him back. Yeah. When he got me, everyone's just pushing me around and just like, oh man. Yeah, so I always had that chip on my shoulder because of that. So it made me realize, okay, if I gotta write something and spit it, I gotta say something of content. Because in order to get a reaction from people, you have to say something. You can't just rap, oh, my 16 shit's mean. Yeah. Listerine, like so clean, like, you know, you gotta say something that's gonna cause a reaction. And then over time, it just like led to storytelling and like, let me make people think, you know, so.
I like that. So you've managed to capture the attention of Grand Rapids. How have you been able to do it? Let us know.
Man, Will. Through Will, because, man, I mean, L, hey, shout out to Lil L, by the way, he in the back. Yeah, I got older artists. But, bro, for years, I don't think people realize how many years I've been doing this and like consistently how many projects I've dropped. So my whole thing is I always had the work ethic. Back in high school, I was ass, right? So going back to the battles, bro, I didn't win a single battle. Yeah. But it's like I kept going. All those people who were naturally good in high school, they just stopped or they kind of fell off. They didn't have the work ethic. Yeah. I kept going because I'm like, nah, I gotta keep getting better. Like my last project, that shit a masterpiece. But to my next shit, that's not shit. Because it's like I had to keep getting better. I had to keep going. I'm not satisfied with just like, okay, you know, I got a little local buzz. I did this.
It's not about getting like complacent with it. It's just I
can't be complacent because I got dreams. Yeah. And you can't settle for a dream. You know, it's like, you guys, I still shoot for the stars. And it's like, Grand Rapids is my city. I love it. And I love that I'm embraced. I love that I could be somebody that people recognize here. But it's like my dreams don't stop in GR. So it's like, yeah.
So that's, I wanted to sort of pivot right there because that's the perfect pivot point. You've gained a lot of exposure here, obviously, through, I wanted to shout you out for this, East Town Street Fair tonight, 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
And then
shout out Bedrock.
You are an Art Prize artist this year, which
yes, sir.
An amazing accomplishment.
Shout out School, Trauma Project.
So you've had these accomplishments, your music has grown throughout GR. How do you plan to like take over the Midwest, take over the country?
Same thing I did here in GR. How I went to all these shows in GR. It's like, all right, I gotta get my name out here. It's time I start traveling. Yeah. You know, go to Chicago, go to Detroit. These are places I have been and performed in. But it's like, all right, let me get my name out there physically. Get in the scenes over there. So the same way, it's just starting from ground zero. Gotta do it to each city now.
Gotcha. All right, I like that. So I did want to ask, obviously, you're Art Prize artist, East Town Street Fair tonight. How does that feel? Being a kid from GR, like growing, being embraced here, and then just these are two like staples of our city.
Bro,
performing.
Man, Art Prize to me, that's been a childhood dream because you know before music, before that was like my thing. Since a little kid, it was drawing cartoons and stuff like that. So I always wanted to be an artist. So I'm an artist now. It just, you know, the medium changed. But ever since a kid, I wanted to be an Art Prize so bad. Like, I'd make art, I'd build things. It's like, that was my dream. So, you know, shout out to School, Trauma Project, you know, through him and through that project that he's cultivated, I'm able to be an actual artist in it. So that, to me, it's a dream come true. Dream come true. And East Town, man, that's a blessing as well. It's like, I was at the East Town Fair last year, thanks to Monk, so I performed some songs last year. But this year, it's with Bedrock. You know, the band's here. You know, it's like to be embraced and even, because they wanted me to be a part of it. It's not like I'm like, oh, can I be a part of it? Yeah. They wanted me to be a part of it. So that's an honor, man, because Bedrock is, you know, that's the band here. That's a legend. That's an honor, you know. That's all I could say.
All right. So, Mitten Tide's the song, obviously, got a lot of local attention out here,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously just got the brand. I know you repping Mint and Ties
Hey,
right now.
you know,
so
you know.
obviously got the brand a ton of attention. Do you and Social like almost take credit for that, or like appreciate that happened with the brand? Like you see the brand all over town now.
Right. I can't say that I'm the reason because I met Cali when he was at Rivertown because first he started off on Facebook and then he went to Rivertown and then I seen somebody share his stuff on Facebook. So my brother, he went to MSU. So I was like, all right, I seen the MSU jackets. So I was like, all right, let me go over there to Rivertown at the booth and just get some for my brother for Christmas. It was 2 years ago, 2022. I pulled up to get him a jacket. And then, you know, Cali was just a cool ass dude. You know, we was just talking and then getting the jackets. We exchanged IGs. He didn't even know I did music. So how we met, it was just real genuine. It was just like, oh, I just want to get this coat. It wasn't like, hey, I'm an artist. I'm trying to
I'm
do
looking
all
for a sponsorship
right.
or like nothing like that. Yeah.
And I never asked for none of that. You know, I always supported his brand. He always supported my music. And then naturally, it just
came together.
You know, started getting customs with him. We grew a better relationship. So, I mean, you know, he's helped me out a lot. So I can't really say that I take credit for that. But, you know.
It's nice to see it.
Oh, yeah, it's an honor to be a part of something. And to make a theme song like that, because that was Sosa's song originally. You know, but they wanted me on that, you know. So, hey, yeah.
Talk to you a lot about the city. Who would you consider to be some of your mentors within the city?
Mentors within the city.
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I come with them haters.
That's a good ass question. I'd say my dad because when I came into the scene, like I didn't have no musical mentors like people in the scene. I really had to fight my way in the scene. I didn't know somebody and like
didn't just have that automatic connect. Hey, put me on a show.
Like I was hitting open mics. I was trying to get booked for shows. Nobody was booking me. So then I went to Art Prize by myself, 2021. Had the speakers and started freestyling. So it was like I had to make my own way. But I always gotta give credit to my dad because he a musician. So I remember him telling me when I first was taking this music serious, he was like, do you want to do this or do you just like the idea of it? Yeah. You know, he was kind of sitting me down, having that grown man talk. Like,
well, a lot of people, that's what they want is the idea of what a musician is or what a rapper is, and they want to play that role, and they don't really necessarily believe in their music or their voice. They just want to live that life of like, oh, I'm the hardest rapper out here. Like a lot of people try to live that when they don't necessarily believe it.
They don't know what comes with this. Like
exactly.
my dad, he's been doing this for decades, right? And he plays all genres. He's done shows with Ghostface, but he's also worked with the Wailers, you know, Bob Marley and the Wailers. He's worked with some of the most credible people, and he's got so much experience. So he was just kind of sitting me down. He's like, all right, the biggest gem that I really took from him is like you can want to do all these things because at the time we were having this talk, it was like I was engineering my own stuff, producing my own stuff, you know, writing my own stuff. I couldn't sing, but I'm like, let me sing my own hooks. And I was trying to do everything, and it's like that's great if you can do everything, and it's good that you have a knowledge of everything. But he told me, he's like, that's good that you want to do that, but the moment you focus on one specific attribute, that's when you're going to grow. And then you get other people who are as talented as you just in that lane. So it's like I'm good at mixing, I'm good at these other things, but I'm amazing at rapping, writing, storytelling. So it's like now it's like I want to work with the best producers, the best engineers, those type of people. So it's just kind of, you know, playing your role is what I learned from him. And, you know, my dad, he been working a full-time job for decades while still doing music. And it's like now, you know, I'm a trucker, so I work crazy hours. I just had a 14-hour day yesterday, you know, so it's like I work long hours, but it's like right after that, it's no excuse. I gotta get straight to the grind, you know, so that taught me work ethic. Because, you know, him coming home, like, he be stressed as fuck. He a cable guy. He don't want to do that shit, but he got it because he got to provide for his family. But he's still chasing his dream, still. So, yeah, work ethic, you know, play your role. And do you want to do this for real? Do you like the idea of it? And he said if he couldn't do it for his first name, he hoped he did it for his last name. So
I like that. I wanted to, you said you have knowledge in all these different sort of avenues of music. Could you ever see yourself like executively producing a record?
Hell yeah. I was just telling Elle about this. Like, I executive produce my own albums. I was just telling Elle about this. Like, bro, I really want to do that for some people, because me, I really study albums. I study sequencing. I study the transitions. I study, is there a theme, story? It's like, I'm super critical on albums.
Dude, you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Hey.
There's a show we're starting. It's like a How It's Made kind of a show, but it's based on albums.
Hell yeah.
Albums in history, and we're starting that. It'll be out sometime soon.
Oh, I'm tuned in. Like,
Yeah.
stuff like that I love, bro, because, you know, I love songs and singles, obviously, but I'm an album guy.
All right.
Like, for me to be a fan of somebody, you got to have a discography.
Yeah.
Like, albums. Something I can really, you know, sift through.
Sink
and-
your teeth into,
Yeah, bro.
I like that. So as you grow bigger and bigger in this music industry, do you plan to help the youth coming up similarly to how you did, just trying to get their name out there, trying to get booked for shows? How do you plan to help the youth coming up in this city?
Man, by giving the opportunities I didn't get. Because me, I had to, you know, and I'm not going to say it was so hard. You know, I'm never going to be on that type time. But it's just like, going back, like, I wasn't really getting opportunities till I made it happen, or people around me were like, man, do that. I had people around me who were like, man, fuck it, go do that. You know, don't wait for somebody to do it for you. So me, it's like, you know, I'm not taking credit for nothing Andre Millerin has done, because he does it on his own. Like, he got the drive and ambition, but it's like, any way I can help him, like, I'll let him know that. It's like, hey, come to the show with us, come do that. And it's like I said, I'm not taking credit for nothing, because everything he's doing is off of him.
Yeah.
It's just me, like, providing that extra
you
hand.
giving the avenue, like extending the olive branch, like, hey, we have this opportunity for you. If you're going to take it, that's you. Like,
Because, man, one thing about me, I have no regrets in life, but the one thing I do think about is, if only I took this serious earlier. Because I always wanted to do it. Like, even in middle school, I wanted to be a DJ. I have turntables and stuff like that, so I always wanted to do music. It's just, man, I lacked the backbone. When people started critiquing me and shit, I was like, nah. Like, I was pussy about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I see someone like him, who's like getting after it, going to Chicago before he's 18, 16, 17, making all these moves, having that ambition, it's like, man, if I would have done that, who knows where I could have been right now? Because I didn't start taking it serious. I was like 18, 19. I didn't get buzzed till like I was 22. So, yeah.
all right, I'll transition here. So I've seen you come out of the suitcase.
Yeah.
Stage presence. You're out here dancing. Unique concepts with your stage presence. What advice would you give to, like, similarly to that last question, younger people coming up just learning how to perform? What advice would you give them for, like, how to, like, get that confidence to just go up on stage and execute?
People aren't going to think you the shit unless you think you the shit. So every time I perform, it's like, oh, I know I'm putting on a show. Like, I know I'm the shit. So it's like, and me, I'm a weird dude. So it's like, what I tell people when they ask for advice, like, man, how do you come up with this shit? How do you do this? It's like, I'm weird, but I embrace that. It's like, when I perform, I turn to my inner kid. When you a kid, you don't care. You have the most confidence in the world. That's when kids would be like, you're fat. Like, they'll just say, they don't care.
They don't care. They'll just tell you
You're
the truth.
ugly.
Yeah,
like,
the
kids
honesty.
just,
Yeah.
you got to turn to your inner kid when you perform. Because, like, some people be like, oh, that suitcase shit a gimmick, that shit corny, that shit weird. I see it as, man, that's a suitcase. The kid in me, like, I wonder if I could fit in there, like, you know.
Yeah.
And besides that, it goes to my brand, because I dropped the album earlier this year, States of Mind LP, out everywhere now. But it's like, in that cover, I'm sitting on the suitcase, and that suitcase has metaphorical reasons to it. It has deeper meaning to it. So it's like, I'm not just doing shit to do shit. It's like, it also has a deeper layer. It's just, I'm also having fun with it. So same way, when I crowd surf, the inner kid in me like, man, I want to crowd surf, just jump into the crowd.
Yeah. Boom, let's do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
That's my advice for people. Turn your inner kid and just do it. And this is my biggest thing. When people are like, y'all gotta move, y'all gotta get lit, but you not lit. They're like, y'all gotta get lit, come on, y'all gotta get it lit. You gotta get lit. You gotta be the change you want to see. That goes for in life and performing. So if you want people to move, you gotta move. Yeah.
All right. I wanted to ask, how does your brainstorming process go? Whether you're like getting a single together or performing a show, getting a project together, how does that brainstorming process go? Like, this is how I'm gonna perform. This is how I'm gonna come on this song. This is the
Right.
concept for this project. How does
Okay.
that brainstorming go?
Man, it's different for each medium. So when it comes to projects, for me, there has to be a narrative or a story. It's like, all right, because my music is all based on my life. I don't do no exaggerated, like, it's real as hell. You know, so there has to be some point in life where I feel like I reached a new point in my life, like a new chapter or something like that. So first there has to be a story or narrative, then there has to be a sound, because my whole thing, I gotta be cohesive, but that don't mean every song has to sound the same or talk about the same things. It has to have a similar, aesthetic feel to it. But it's like, what's the most I could do with this aesthetic? Let me go all lanes in this one aesthetic. So it's like, all right, let me find a sound, but vary the sound. Then it's even down to topics. Like, if I have a song about girls, right? Let's say it's a song about, it's a relationship song type shit. There's only gonna be one relationship song on the album. At least if it's told in like a positive way. Let's say I make a positive relationship song, right? That's that one song for the album. I said what I needed to say on that topic. If I want to revisit relationships, I had to do something different. Like maybe it's the negatives of a relationship. Yeah. I can't do the same topic twice, especially on an album.
Or like that in-between period of like, oh, I want you, but I can't have you. Or like something of the...
Right, like I feel like, because States of Mind, my last album, is two sides to it. It's the inside and the outside. The first side, the inside, it's split into 10 tracks each. So the first half is based off when I came back from Wayne State. I went to college, dropped out after a semester, and it took place when I was 18 to 22. That first half where I'm like, all right, I'm back from college, trying to figure out what I want to do. Broke as hell, keep getting fired by jobs, quitting. I want to do music, but no one's caring. It's kind of that growing period, dealing with death and families and loss and losing friends, people close to you. It's that I don't know how you describe that, but it's just that era, that hunger period.
Yeah, like it's like that 20s period where like when you're in your 20s, you sort of got to like learn how to, like this is really how life goes. Where us now, we got to figure out where our place is here.
Exactly, like late teens, early 20s, that kind of mentality. But then the second half, the outside, is when I'm like, all right, I still want to follow my music dream, but it's like, I got to face reality. I need a job. Like a high-paying job. I need something. My boy told me to get my CDL. So the second half of the project starts when I got my CDL and I'm over the road. I'm out of Michigan. And I was barely out of Michigan. So it's like I'm seeing these things, new things I've never seen before, being out the state. I'm deep in the South. It's like culture shock. It's like, oh, it's way different down here. And then when you're by yourself, that's when you have the most spiritual experiences because there's no one else around you that's
guiding you, telling you where
guiding you, hindering, or like what do you call it? Influencing you. Yeah. I feel like your most spiritual experiences, whatever people's belief system is, happens when you're alone. Because it's just you and God. That's what I believe. So I was over the road by myself, places I've never been or seen, and it's like, damn, it's just me and God. And I have to sit with myself and analyze my faith. Like, who am I really?
I feel like there needs to be like a certain set of like mystery behind the artist so that people care. Like if we know every second of what you do in a day, then you're not like mysterious, you're not of importance, you're not the prize that an artist should be.
Right. But I think even that, it depends on what kind of artist you are. True. Me, I'm a storytelling, introspective, conscious rapper. So for people, rappers like me in that lane, then it's kind of like, yeah. But some people, they just put out fun shit, hits. So it's kind of like whatever your lane is, that's just my lane. Yeah.
So I wanted you to tell me about Food for Thought, your project with Kiwi Morris and Lil L right here. Yeah.
Lil L with the cover shot by the artist.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta do a big shout out to Kiwi Morris, man. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met in this music scene.
I've hit him up.
Oh man, you need him on the show, man. He'll bring so much life. He's just, man. Besides music, his music is fire, but it's like he's just a good person. That's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. So we met at I'm trying to remember where we were performing at, but we met at some show and he was just telling me like, hey, I see you moving. It's like I want to work with you. Most of the time when people say, oh, I want to work with you, it's just
jabbering or something.
Whatever. Yeah. He followed through. He hit me up. He's like, hey, I want to produce an EP for you. So I'm like, all right, bet. Let's pick out a time. I originally was going to get B&B. That ain't work out. So he's like, all right. I told him we can just do it at my apartment. So we came to my spot. He brought the mic and shit like that. Then I was like, I wanted to get L on it. I wanted to get L on a song. Man, this is my brother, man. It's like, when it comes to the music stuff, we just the yin and yang. So it's like, I got to get L part of it and document the whole process. So I got to get O on it. We need a cover. So it's like, let's have fun with it. And then eventually I got my brother campaign winning producer. He produced on that project, produced Lunch Table. And it was just fun. Like they could attest to that. It was just a good vibe. Like it was just having fun.
Creatives working together to make a project. Yeah.
Setting up shop in my kitchen. We just bouncing ideas off, playing beats, just having a good time. Like just having fun. So that's how that came about.
For sure. My final question: what does the next chapter for Sonny Ski look like?
The working man, fruits from labor. So I dropped this project earlier this year in January, States of Mind, which it was talking more about my past from 23 to 18, that kind of range. But I just turned 25, so it's like, all right, I talked about my late teens and early 20s, but now it's like I got the apartment. Now I'm in a relationship. Now it's like I don't live with my parents. Now I'm dealing with a new set of problems and blessings that I gotta talk about. So this is the first time I'm kind of talking about it.
I like that. Hey.
Yeah, hey,
exclusive.
Rap Roots exclusive.
Yeah.
My next album is called The Working Man, Fruits from Labor. That's coming out next year, 2025, and that's just talking about the present.
I like that, man.
Everything that's going on now.
All right, man. It was great to talk to you. Thank you for coming on the show, my man.
Appreciate you, man.
Check out Rap Roots Media on all social media platforms. Check out Sonny Ski on all social media platforms. Check out our website if you want to donate to the business, help us grow. Do your thing. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all. Peace.